to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Grammer. Wounded Warrior Project supports injured veterans by connecting them with fellow warriors, by serving them through mental health and wellness programs, and by empowering them to live on their own terms. No one should face a battle alone. Join us at woundedwarriorproject.org.
As a parent, your life is your child.
With Luke, he's the whole world, you know?
He was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and it just rips your heart out. You feel completely helpless.
But when you come to St. Jude, that is a whole nother level of care.
You have cutting-edge scientific research here, doctors at the top of their game, and there's nothing but love in everything that they do.
I asked my wife, I was like, what is this going to cost us? And then we did a little bit of research, and then we realized that no family ever receives a bill.
St. Jude covers the cost of everything so that we could focus on our family. St. Jude gave our family the chance to be together. They saved our son's life, and we did not pay a cent. And that wouldn't have been possible without St. Jude.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy, and you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Jared Mans from the Spring Lake Fire Department, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
This portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Ulster Savings Bank. Visit their newest branch, conveniently located at the Ulster Commons Plaza in Lake Katrine. Experience the difference that local community banking offers with the convenience of another great location, easy access, plenty of parking, and a 24-hour ATM. Ulster Savings Bank, invested in community, invested in you. Member FDIC.
Okay, you're on.
All right, folks, welcome to Thunder Thursday. We're here.
It was thunder last night.
It was thunder last night, exactly. And I think, this is Tony Marmo, I think this is the first time that you and I are co-hosting. I think it is.
Maybe. I think, yes, because I covered for you.
Yeah, exactly. But not, So Christine Hein, welcome. Executive Director, I think that's what they call you these days at People's Place, right?
Sure,
what else do they call you?
A few other things.
Nothing bad.
Yes, my official title, right?
Nothing bad in the least. Thank you very much for coming in and pinch hitting for Judge Don Williams, who's away on a well-deserved vacation. And we just got back from Myrtle Beach. I still have a wee tan, a little bit. Tiny.
Oh, a wee bit of a tan.
I
love how you're leaning over towards my side.
Wait a minute, I thought you were Italian too.
I am. That's what I was just going to say. Well, not really, but
Yeah, a little bit.
It's good for our guest that's coming up because at 8:30 we're going to have Bill Kearney here to speak about the Hooley. So I'm glad you're getting in your Irish mood.
Right.
This
So
morning.
one deal, and this is the sign of the times, I guess. We're scheduled to fly Allegiant out of Stewart Airport at 3:30 on August 7th, and at 12:30 they send us an email saying flight's canceled. 3 hours before. And we're going with another couple, and who happened to be coming to our house because we were going to drive together down to Stewart. And we had to make like a snap decision, and we just decided to drive, so we got in my Toyota Tundra pickup truck and drove 14 hours.
You probably got there faster than you would have if you flown.
Well, we never would have gotten a flight out of Stewart, because they have like one Allegiant. We would have had to drive down to schedule a flight. It would have been a PIA. So
yeah, it would have been done.
So we drove, and we got there at 3:30 in the morning. But we had, it was an adventure. It was a fun trip.
I know, and think about the memories that you have from just the road trip part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That became part of the vacation, not just the traveling to get to the vacation.
Yes, and less airport stress, and they're going to give us our money back for the flight and car rental down in Myrtle Beach, $1,500 for not a Corvette, not an exotic car, like a 4-door sedan, $1,500.
So then you didn't have to.
So we didn't have to pay that. So we didn't have to rent. So we saved almost $3,000 doing that. But
see that?
So it was a great trip. We had a good time.
Now you can plan your next vacation because you have extra $3,000.
So it probably won't be out of Stewart, and it probably won't be with Allegiant. Because if we went out of a bigger airport, maybe we'd have caught another flight. But no, you're right. You're absolutely right. That was part of the fun.
Yeah, and I was, I went on a trip years ago for an organization, Junior League. Junior League I was a member of, and every year they have an annual meeting someplace throughout the country because it's an international organization and it's a training conference. Really wonderful experience, but along the way there's always blips and bumps. We got left at a house in the middle of San Diego somewhere one time, and nobody came to pick us up. And as we're saying, the cab never came because it was before Ubers.
Yeah.
And I'm laughing. Everybody else, man, they're like, what are you laughing at, you fool? And I'm like, because this is going to be an adventure. And this is one of the parts of the conference that we're going to remember.
Right,
and so
right.
This will be one of the greatest vacations you talk about in your whole life because you'll have that as a starting point.
Yeah, it was great. The weather was great.
Sort of how you look at things. And I think we were talking before we went on the air about, how you look at life and what it brings you. So
trials and travails, because everybody has them. I don't care who you are, how much money you have, how cool you think you are.
Yeah.
You're not going to, it's not going to be smooth. It's never smooth. Never smooth. So how are you generally? How's People's Place doing?
People's Place is doing. We have so much going on there.
You guys are bunnies.
Talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah, good.
As we get into the show. But we've got a lot happening at People's Place.
Good. That's great. Yeah, it's an amazing transition that's happened there. And I was talking to somebody about, the traffic circle. I think I'm a fan. I know some people are not. But when I look behind that and see that beautiful facade and building, and I'm saying, now that's representative of what Kingston should be looking like coming off the thruway, and one of the first things folks see coming into our city is your building.
Yeah, we are very cognizant of that, myself, my board, and staff. And so we really do try. I mean, there's only so much we can do as a not-for-profit. We don't have unlimited funds to put a new facade on everything.
Yeah.
But I really think that, first, I agree with you. I like the traffic circle, and that is coming from someone who has had to put up with the worst parts of the traffic circle for the last 2 years.
Yes,
you really
saw
affected
the ugly, the bad.
Well, it really affected us. It affected how we operated. It affected us, whether we had water sometimes, the inconvenience, the food bank not being able to get to us easily.
Right.
I drive through that mess every single day, multiple times a day. So coming from that.
Yeah.
It's so much better than it was.
Yeah.
So much better, because I used to sit sometimes for 3 or 4 cycles through the traffic light at the top,
and not be able
all
to
backed
get
up. So I think once it's, I like that the arrows are painted now.
Yeah. Little assist.
But once everything is set and settled, and in another couple months, people will completely forget about how it used to be, and this will be the new norm.
Exactly.
But we have tried very hard to, with the opening of the community cafe, I think it looks very pleasing to the eye as people drive by. Absolutely. And now the wellness center above it.
Yes.
It looks nice because we are at one of the gateways to Kingston.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's
a
important as a community member.
Right.
To have something welcoming as people come off of the interstate.
Definitely. And folks, please don't stop in the middle of the circle and let somebody out. That's not how it goes. I saw somebody stop.
Let them onto the circle.
Let them onto the circle. They just just keep driving.
I think the key to any traffic circle, if you ask me, which might annoy people who are behind me sometimes, is to go slow. Don't go flying around the traffic circle because I think you can't stop fast enough when somebody pulls on when they're not supposed to or stops in the middle.
Absolutely.
Just kind of keep a nice slow pace and it will all work.
Right. It's not the Indy 500 there, you know.
That's
you
it.
Can't be speeding around it. So
Yeah.
So that's good. That's all is going good there. I want to just mention I had lost a dear friend to cancer at 67 years old, someone I went to high school with.
So sorry.
Yeah, and she was amazing. They used to call her St. Jan because her husband was challenging.
Aww.
So, but no, he's a great guy, one of my dearest friends on the planet. But they had a memorial service for her. She passed away, I want to say maybe 9 months ago now.
Oh, right in the depth of things.
The COVID situation. So they handed this out. I showed it to you earlier, and
I love it.
Yeah. So we talk a lot about doing random acts of kindness for people. It happened to me about 2 months ago in Stewart's in Port Ewan. Somebody paid for my milk and my half and half, and I had a couple. I forgot my money. It was in a truck, and this lady said, "I got you covered, no problem." I mean, that's something a little silly, stupid.
But doesn't that make your day?
Yes.
Like when people do something little like that, isn't that just the greatest thing?
It is, and it's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. So here's some random acts of kindness that Jan loved to do. Now it's your chance to pay it forward in her honor. Have a conversation with a stranger that may need a friendly boost. Right? Well, I do that a lot, I think, but I've got to talk to anybody. Pay the person behind you in a drive-through line. Right? Now, hopefully they didn't, get $90 worth of food. Pay for someone's meal. Leave a big tip or pay for someone's groceries. Leave money on the doorstep of someone that is struggling. Donate money to your favorite charity. Hint, hint, hint,
where
hint,
would that
hint, hint. Donate blood to help someone save somebody's life. Help save someone's life. Donating blood is not as common as it used to be, I think.
So important.
Send a card or letter to someone you love. Now you know who does this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Anna Brett.
Yes,
Anna
Anna
Brett.
does, and Mo Gibbons.
Mo Gibbons does too.
Also.
Yes.
Yes. And it's one of my favorite things to get a card, like just a random card for something, because usually today it's just bills.
Text. Oh yeah, bills.
Junk mail.
Or
mail.
Everybody's texting these days. No one really takes the time to do a handwritten little note. Send flowers to brighten up somebody's day. Or come up with your own idea. Pay this idea forward in Jan's memory. So just a little bit out there. You do a lot of great things in the community, and I think we just need to spread that love out there.
And I think that it's so true. I hear our volunteers at People's Place say this all the time, that when you're doing something for someone, the little acts of kindness, or you're volunteering somewhere, you actually get sometimes more back than what you're giving. And you're right, like I've done that before. I've been in a drive-through and paid for the people behind. And now I don't think it's as much, but in the beginning, the cashier would kind of look at you strange, like what? But now I think it's a little more mainstream. But you almost get giddy.
Yeah.
Don't you? A little bit like
no,
you just kind of I can't wait till they pull up. Just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's a good feeling, because we know there's a lot of potholes, as we were just talking about, potholes in the world, and enough bad things going on, and we need to create some positive. We need to create some happiness, and we're in charge of that. You can either decide to, just stay in your little shell, which is fine, understood. Or you can decide to do something that's going to brighten someone's life up, change someone's life possibly. We were talking earlier about service clubs. You with Junior League. I've been with Rotary since 1985. And service clubs help a lot right. Junior League.
They do.
Elks.
Elks. I'm involved in the Elks and Kiwanis.
Right.
The Rotary. Yeah. They help so many people, and they're in this world of isolation I think we were already headed down everybody kind of being encapsulated into their own pod well before COVID.
Yeah. I think so.
And then COVID on top of it really kept people even more into their little pod of security, which, there's no issue with that at all. I totally understand. But joining service clubs and groups, you never know. I like to say to people, you never know when you're going to meet your next lifelong friend.
Right, exactly.
And
exactly.
When you join organizations that have sort of the same goal or outlook that you have,
birds of a feather.
You never know when you're going to meet that person. Some of my best friends I met when I joined Junior League. I would never have known them because we have nothing else in common. But even after we've, have gone on to different things, we're still members but not active. We still are friends. We still get together a couple times a year. We still text each other, hey, I'm thinking of you. Same as with Kiwanis. You meet people that you have similar values, but you never would have crossed paths.
Correct.
So not only does the service organization do great things within our community, they do, it's what you give out, you get back sometimes more than what you give.
Definitely.
Definitely, if people are out there, what am I going to do with my time?
Yeah, I'm looking for something to do. Okay, well.
Always give Tony and I a call today. We have
many opportunities for you to do that.
Opportunities for you.
3319255 is our phone number. But I was just, Leanne and I were at a Southern Ulster Rotary Club last night. They invited us because they wanted to have a little party, and like 50 people there at the new Cavu restaurant down in Gardner, right in the airport.
Yeah.
Really cool place. The food was excellent, by the way.
I have not been there.
And they asked me to speak a little bit about membership because I'm the membership chair for the district, and I said exactly what you just said. I said there's a bunch of reasons to join service clubs. Some of them are social, right? You meet your lifelong next. I said exactly those same words last night. One is professional contacts, You might do business with another service club member. And the other is to help people, just to help folks in need, that are not as good off, as well off as the people that were in this room last night. I said, you all mostly have nothing to worry about maybe financially, but there's people out there that don't know where their next meal's coming from, don't know what's going on. So, So anyway, that's a service club deal, and
it is. And speaking of service clubs, I believe we're going to have Steve Klein calling at 7:30 to give a little quick sneak peek at Capers, only for about 15 minutes.
That's okay, that works.
But just to give us a little, hey, it is happening this year.
Good.
And that's Kingston Kiwanis.
Good. So fabulous. Thank you to Steve for doing that. Maybe he'll have another cup of coffee because if you usually get up and do your own routine and now somebody's calling.
Usually at work by now, so I'm feeling like I'm behind the times already.
Right. We have a caller. Good morning, caller. You're on Thunder Thursday. What's your comment or question?
Well, it's not a question. It's just a praise for just reminding us the wonderfulness of our American people.
Right.
The little things that they do for each other, what their group of, they belong to organizations that give such charitable work and care and love to each other. We see this all the time. I'm restricted to my house. I have a neighbor who's our church secretary who goes down every day, and she brings me up my newspapers.
Yeah, amazing.
And little acts like that mean so much.
They do.
But what we need to start doing is, as you recognize that, also start dealing with speaking out, and your silence is assent to our politicians.
Right.
But we have seen the horror that's going on in Afghanistan, not only to the people there, but also to our people that are just being left to die and to be killed in the worst kinds of ways over there.
Yep.
We see a president who hides in his cellars and hides in other places, does not deal with the issues of our times. We see our border, which are bringing in, we don't know who is coming in. We don't know where they are. We don't know what they may be carrying in terms of diseases. Yet we see the way that they just huddle together, the poor people, and then to communities. How are the communities, when we are starting school soon, how are they going to function when they are suddenly brought in students who they don't know, who don't speak our language? Do we have the teachers? Do we have the facilities? Do we have the support systems to deal with people that we will suddenly realize are here and need our assistance? We have, what are our streets? I wonder to go down to some of the big cities and some of the smaller cities and say, can you walk the streets?
Right.
Are you safe? Safety of value. We see our politicians lining their own pockets, and that's in Washington, that's in New York, in our own state, and sometimes even our own city, because we, the people, do not take the time to say, okay, it's our country. It's not their country, the politicians and the wealthy and all. They can put all kinds of restrictions on our behavior. Now with the virus and the president's coming with his edicts, what's that mean in terms of the functioning of our city? What does that mean for the small business person, which is the core of what runs our economy? They're no longer going to be able to function.
Yeah, you're right, Paul.
We're responsible because we elect these people, and we allow them to have the power to do the things and to do the restrictions and to put, we have a wonderful, the most wonderful nation in the world has ever seen, and we're seeing it destroyed day to day because we, the people, are not assuming our responsibility. Look to your neighbor. Look to the beauty of the country and the beautiful things, the loving things that are being done. Speak out and fight when you're going to disrupt our school systems, our education. What's going to happen to our kids this year again? The nonsense that went on the last year? I mean, what are we going to have? More politicians that say, well, we're the boss, we're creating the laws, you're just stuck with them, which restricts our freedoms and our ability to function. So, keep up the great work that you're doing of informing the people. Remember, it's we, the people, that are the greatness of the country.
Absolutely.
Not our leaders. And you're doing a great job. Please keep it up.
We're trying.
We need you.
Thank you.
We're trying.
Thank you.
Hey,
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too, Paul. One quick comment. I learned a lot about random acts of kindness from John Jankowicz.
Oh, yes. He was, so quietly, and then even what he did as a public, officer.
Absolutely.
He saved Highland. He saved so many things and created new, systems and all, and always contributed, always, dealt with the reality of things, not the political things.
Taken way too soon. All right, my friend. Be well. Be safe.
Take
and
care.
Talk soon. Thank you, Paul.
Bye.
Speaking about helping people.
Yes.
The Happy Christmas Fund is going to start. Our radiothon is going to be November 4th. November 4th. It's coming. It's coming. So that's going to be at Boyce's again for the, I don't know.
So nice that they do that.
Oh, it's amazing.
For how many decades now?
Yeah, a lot, like maybe 5, but who's counting? And thanks to Pamela Broadcasting, who is going to allow us to be on the air. I mean, we pay rent to those folks, but for 2 hours, 7 to 9, but they're going to allow us to be on the air for the rest of that day on 92.5 FM, broadcasting live from Boyce's. And, the goal is to raise a lot of money for the Happy Christmas Fund. And this year, Kingston Community Radio is also going to be a beneficiary because, I just said we have rent and Pamela and to be on the air and insurance expenses and computer expenses and tech expenses. So we appreciate the support of our underwriters and folks out there that contribute whatever per month that they can. But we also need a one-time big fund drive infusion. So and it's going to help. I don't know, I'm going to say 500-600 families in that neck of the woods, we hope. So we're doing our part out there.
I think that's wonderful.
I
do, because it takes a whole community to work together. And I, what the Happy Christmas Fund, the money that's gift cards that the station gives out is different than what, say, Project Santa that People's Place does with toys for younger kids gives out. So, together as a community, I say it all the time.
Yeah.
People want to complain. I think we live in a phenomenal community, and every community has their hiccups.
Absolutely.
But this community, the Kingston community, the Ulster County community, is so caring. They pull together. They really do try to help our neighbors.
Absolutely.
It's
a
wonderful
a
thing.
small city.
Put it on your calendar for November
4th. 4th. Yes, yes.
To,
so, yeah, and if you can contribute, please do that. We're going to...
No matter what size pledge, all...
Correct. We'll take
all matters.
Sizes
it all matters.
And shapes, and $25 and $25,000 we'll take, too, if anybody wants to give that much. So we're going to just quickly talk about the Ulster County Business Recognition Awards that are happening this year, October 21st, starting at 5:30 p.m. at Diamond Mills up in Saugerties. And here's the honorees. I know you said you have these. You ready? Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Business, that was a very good drum roll. Business of the Year is Howmet Fastening Systems. Howmet, Howmet, Howmet Fastening Systems. Don't know them, but I'm sure we're going to learn more about them. Small Business of the Year, we know these folks, 32 Partition / 721 Media Center. That's Jeremy Ellenbogen, right? And Hank and Hank's wife, who I'm forgetting her name.
Who originally started Ellenbogen.
Right. And, he had like a TV test tube business. He tested a tube or whatever the heck he was doing. Business Person of the Year, Renee Martin, Lily Ray in the Hamlet. Hospitality Business of the Year, Courtyard by Marriott in Kingston, up there on the hill. Commitment to the Community Award, Boys and Girls Club of Ulster County. Dan Whalen.
Dan Whalen, he's so nice.
He's just doing such a great job
nice.
there. The Heritage Award is J&J Sass Electric. They've been around for a million years doing great things. Emerging Young Leader, Stephen Kennedy, Turn Up the Beat.
Yeah, knew him when he was a little tiny kid.
Little guy. And the Len Kane Heart of Ulster County Award goes to posthumously Tommy Keegan of Keegan Ales. So that's going to be a bit of a tearjerker there, I'm sure. Tommy's amazing guy on earth.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to see him virtually every day. As our neighbor, and he was such a phenomenal neighbor, and it just all around beautiful human.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm sure if you want to get tickets to that event, you can do that by calling the chamber at 338-5100 and ask about tickets. I think it's online. It's starting to get publicized, right?
Yes, everything sort of just came out. I think I got the letter about yesterday, 2 days ago.
Right.
Something like that. So. And it's back in person.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything stays in person.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, keep your fingers and toes crossed.
Yes.
Let's see. This is, we have something from the Veterans Association.
Oh.
See or no? Want to take a peek?
Do you want me to read this?
Well, maybe. Not the whole thing. What is it?
Say, Kingston Veterans Families, Ulster County Chamber of Commerce in partnership with Ulster County Executive Pat Ryan, Ulster County Veteran Services Agency, and the Kingston Association needs your help to purchase new uniforms. They were on the other day talking about that. Yes, for the VFW Honor Guard. So
great.
They're asking individuals and local businesses to help the VFW Honor Guard by becoming a sponsor, and you can do it at the general level for $1,000 or the captain level for $500.
Okay.
But I am guaranteeing if you would like to send a check for $20,
they will take it.
They would be very happy, very
Yeah.
happy to accept it. If you would like to mail in a check, you can mail it to Kingston Veterans Association, KVA. Attention, Bill Forte, 249 Linderman Avenue, Kingston.
Yeah, Bill was
249.
with somebody, I don't know, Cam and Nina? Bill Forte,
yes,
maybe?
they were on this week talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. And so, they go to so many funerals, not just in the Kingston, so the whole area.
Yep.
And then other events and parades. And I know someone who is very active in the Veterans Association and does the Honor Guard, Kenny Friss. And he lives down the street from my mom, so a lot of times I'm over there visiting her, and I'll see him come out dressed, that he's headed out to either do the parade or to go to a service. So and thank you. The men who do that, I think right now it's all men, but they have already served their time.
Yep, correct.
They gave tremendously when they were younger.
Big sacrifices.
And they are continuing to
Right.
do this.
Right.
As most of them all seniors, to go and pay honor to members who have recently passed, and or for parades for our enjoyment to remember. So if you have a little extra, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a sponsor. Like I said, I'm sure they would take $10 or $20 or $50 instead of $500 or $1,000. Make a small donation. It all adds up. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I think we've lost along the path is people making sacrifices. I mean, when you serve in the military, you're making a sacrifice. You're leaving your family, you're leaving, and so some young folks do it perhaps for a career. That's understood. But yeah, I mean, I think we're in a society today that's so kind of well off, generally speaking. And there's a whole group of people that are not. However, we know that, but there's a whole bunch that are. And so a lot of us don't remember what sacrifices are, right? How to make a sacrifice. Right. We were talking coming in, and not a lot of us grew up with a silver spoon. Some of us grew up not knowing what the heck.
Right.
And we had a sacrifice back then,
Right.
Today, I'm not sure we know that, Chris. I don't think, right?
Well, I think it depends on what circle you fly in.
Well, that's true.
I see folks every day who are struggling.
Yes. You see that with People's Place.
And there's struggles in many different ways, not just whether or not you have food on your table, which we see obviously a lot of that.
Right.
We want to make sure it's healthy food, not just things that are going to make you not hungry, because if you fill your body with healthy food, you're going to be healthier all the way around and you won't have the medical issues. But also emotional. Now we have the Wellness Empowerment Center to try to help people with that type
important.
of thing. So I think, but that being said, there also are a lot of folks who that don't know, have never had a real struggle.
Right.
And kudos and wonderful, and I think that's great. So if you have a little bit that you can help others with, whether it be through making a donation to the Veterans Association or to an organization like People's Place or to the Happy Fund.
Happy Christmas Fund.
Happy Christmas Fund for KCR. That there's so many different things. The cancer cancer funds. There's so many different ways that people can help. And if you just give a little bit and teach your kids early on and your teens early on to do that as well.
Absolutely. It starts at home. All those examples start at home. All right, we're going to go to break. We may come back with Mark Klein.
Steve?
Steve Klein. There is a Mark Klein, by the way. Take it away, Lauren.
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Swimming pools are great for family fun, and Central Hudson wants you to play it safe. Never operate an electric appliance next to or in the pool. Be sure pool motors and filters are grounded. Have them installed by a professional and serviced by a licensed professional electrician. Be very careful if there are electric lines above or near a pool, especially if using long-handled cleaning tools. And if a storm is nearby, get out of the water. Your safety matters.
Hi, I'm Steve Thomas for Habitat for Humanity Restore. Habitat Restores are nonprofit home improvement stores and donation centers that sell new and gently used furniture, building materials, and appliances to the public at a fraction of the retail cost. The Ulster County Restore at 406 Route 28 in Kingston needs your donations. Call our hotline at 845-853-7499 to schedule your free pickup. And thanks.
Everyone is talking about healthcare these days. America spends twice that of other developed countries on our healthcare system, yet our health ranks near the bottom. How can we stop spending so much and getting so little? By shifting to a system that gives more patients access to strong primary care. Primary care can help make America healthy again. To learn more about the benefits of primary care, visit www.healthisprimary.org. This message is brought to you by America's Family Physicians.
Screening exams for breast, lung, or colorectal cancers are necessary to detect and treat disease at its earliest, most curable stage. But you may have some concerns and questions. Answer your questions and ease your fears by visiting radiologyinfo.org. In addition to information on screening and wellness, you'll find more than 200 descriptions of radiologic exams, procedures, and treatments to help you prepare. Get informed and be prepared. Visit radiologyinfo.org. Produced by the Radiological Society of North America and the American College of Radiology.
Hi, this is Winnie from the Rosendale Seniors, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
This portion of Kingston Community Radio has been brought to you by the First Savings Bank in Ulster County that still remains local to this day. Ulster Savings Bank, a community bank that's invested in local business, invested in community, invested in you. Ulster Savings Bank, your one-stop resource for everything local. Locations throughout the Hudson Valley and online at ulstersavings.com. Member FDIC.
All right, folks, we're back on. This is Thunder Thursday.
I have nothing for that. She wasn't ready for that, was she?
No, she was.
Usually Val kicks in and goes, "What she's
flash and boom." She does the flash and boom.
That's right.
But the judge looks at me and saying, "What was that?"
Yeah, he's not doing that.
Well, this is Tony Marmo, and I'm joined by
Christine Hein.
Woohoo! Yeah, our first time together. So nice.
We have a caller.
We have a caller.
We have a caller, right?
Oh, you have your
Calling
guest.
guest.
Steve Klein is online.
Calling
Right?
guest.
Talk
Calling
about
guest.
Quantascapers. Good morning, Steve.
Yeah, hey Tony, how you doing? Hey Christine.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, we're doing great. I'm sorry I called you Mark Klein. Any relation?
No, you can call me Mark Klein. I don't look anything like him.
Better looking? Is that what?
Thanks for calling in
Yes.
this morning, Steve, to talk about capers.
Oh, anything for you.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Steve is
your lawn,
a very
maybe?
good supporter.
Right.
But you know what? If I really needed help, Steve would come and mow
be
my
there.
lawn.
He'd be
He
there.
would. He would.
Yeah.
He's that kind of person. So thanks for calling in. And I figured, I know you only have a short period of time, but if you could share a little information that Capers is back.
Woohoo!
Capers is back, at least for the moment, and I'm praying it'll stay that way.
Fingers crossed.
So we did have it last year, but we had a best of show for those of you that were able to join us. It was at the Impromptu Movie Theater out at Tech City. But this year we're back on the stage, hopefully, at J. Watson Valley Middle School on October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, our typical Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night gig. And everybody seems pretty excited about that.
So tell us a little bit about the. Can you give us little sneak peeks? I know it's a big secret, but is there some kind of vague reference that you can make to the theme this year?
I'll do better than a vague reference.
All right.
But one I've wanted to do. This is my 12th show that I've written.
Right. So there's
and directed, and this is one I've wanted to do for a long time. I just couldn't figure out in the past how I wanted to do it and make it as close to perfect as possible. But this year I think I did. And it's called The God Brother. A parody on The Godfather, and it centers around the life of Fredo as opposed to Michael or Vito or Sonny or anyone.
Fredo, poor Fredo.
Steve is so great at writing these because
this is
he's
so
much
creative.
humor, and it ties in local things.
Right. So who plays Fredo? Is there that's a key role there?
It is a key role, and it's being played by Dan Chittister, who's done a wonderful job in the past playing lots of our roles.
Oh, great.
And I'll tell you, it's kind of sad, actually, to an extent, that I wrote this show 2 years ago, expecting to do it last October, and it was supposed to be the last Capers ever for Dr. Jim Corsones, who had been in it for many, many years and was retiring. But he wound up moving to Florida and now can't do it. So Dan Chittister, though, will be wonderful in this role. He's perfect for it. And I'm nervous about saying that, because when you say you're perfect at playing Fredo, that has meanings that I don't know if Dan appreciates.
That's beyond. Well, that's good. You have your usual cast of interesting characters that do interesting things on stage and have interesting ways to hide their lines. And or not so much hide their lines. You know,
have to be creative.
yeah. So Mo Gibbons, she was involved too, right?
Yeah.
I know there's a ton
Oh
of
yeah, Mo will be in there. Mo's playing a gangster.
Okay, gangster. That's right.
Not only a gangster, she's playing the head gangster.
The head gangster. Yeah, I can
That
see
makes sense that she would be
Oh
head
yeah,
gangster.
absolutely. Yeah, no, she could pull that off. So give the dates, times, location, Steve. Where?
It's October 21, 22, 23, which is a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, starting at 7:30. We have curtains at 7:30, and it's at J. Watson Valley Middle School, where we've had it for the last 27 years, I believe.
Yeah.
And we're really excited about this. Is a big year for Kiwanis of Kingston. I don't know if you know this or not, Tony, but this is our 100th anniversary this year.
Wow.
We have a big gala coming up in a little over a month. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, you should invite a good Rotarian like me. I'll be happy to come. And by the way, have somebody drop off a sponsor, unless it's too late, or journal in the sponsor
Oh, no
journal
worries.
thing.
I got you covered, Tony.
Well, we've taken Norman Staffing has taken ads before. We're happy to support, and that's cool. 100 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Kiwanis.
And we appreciate your support, and we love sharing the community with other civic-minded groups like Rotary, a fine organization.
Yep. Once upon a time, and this was years ago. I was actually talking to Al Tietzel about this.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't say that about poor Al. We love you, Al.
Yeah, right.
I love
like
Al.
the Beatles, no, an all-service club luncheon. We used to have that in Kingston a long time ago in the land far, far away.
High School Library.
Yes, correct. And I think one year it was maybe moved to Hillside Manor, possibly.
Right. Yeah,
and,
I remember all of those. They were a lot of fun. I don't know why we don't do it anymore.
Well, I actually am going to organize it. I talked to Al. I talked to who else from the Lions? Oh, Lawrence and Cam. I'm not Cam. But the Elks, the Junior League. I mean, we should just throw everybody together. Assuming mass gathering laws are not going to change. Right? But we need to do that because all service clubs are struggling.
It was a nice thing.
And we need some infusion of youth and. But it's just good to get together.
Wait. You said you're inviting Al Tietzel.
And not an infusion of youth in the same breath?
I'm perplexed, but okay.
Right. It is perplexing at 7:30 in the morning.
So is there anything else you want to say about this year's show, Steve, before I know you have to go and drop
I'll say this
your door
from
up?
a marketing perspective. First of all, I believe, I'm not going to give a lot away, but I believe people will really enjoy the show. There's a lot of great characters in it. It is not just The Godfather that I'm parodying. There's all kinds of movies you'll recognize and characters you'll recognize all shoved together, kind of like a multi-service organization luncheon.
Nice tie-in.
Nice.
But I will say this. We need you to come out. Those of you that have been with us for years, please come out. Please come out more than one night. Please invite your friends and relatives. And those of you that haven't joined us before, you don't know what you're missing, please make it a night. Come out and join us because with the year off, we want to make sure that we bring in enough to give scholarships to our high school students in Kingston that are so deserving.
Right, Steve, because
Steve
correct.
Klein.
Thank you for bringing that up, Steve, because Capers is like a fun night. It's
great.
inexpensive.
It's
you get to laugh at people you know, but all of the money raised through Capers goes to the scholarship fund that goes to Kingston High School graduating seniors. And the scholarships are $1,000 a piece.
That's a big deal.
So that's a big deal.
That's a lot of money.
Thanks for bringing that up, Steve.
Caper's just part of the fabric of Kingston. It's a legend. So folks show up to that October 21, 22,
and 23.
And 23.
Thursday,
Beautiful.
Friday,
Steve Klein,
and Saturday.
thank you. As we get closer, maybe we'll have you come back on or give you a little bit more notice than 16 minutes at 7 o'clock in the morning while you're in your jammies.
I'd love to come back because people like Al won't remember if I tell them in August.
Great. Steve Klein, thank you for all you do.
Steve.
All the best, man. Be well.
You too. Take care, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot,
Bye.
Steve.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's the scholarships, and that's a great committee. I'm on that committee for Kiwanis.
Yeah.
And we actually did in-person interviews this year. And it's so fascinating to speak to all these different graduating seniors and all their different ideas. And when you ask what you're doing, some of these careers some of these careers I've never even heard of. I'm just like, wow, I didn't know that was actually a job that you can do in the future. I think that's wonderful. So
yeah, so it's and that's
sorry about that.
That's talking about what mentioning what Paul Jankowicz was talking about earlier. There's all kinds of upheaval going on all over the planet. Elected officials are always certainly in the eyesight of folks. These types of things that Kiwanis does, People's Place does, random acts of kindness. That's how you get some sanity out of all this, right? You have to. You have to. Otherwise, it's like, okay, well, let's just all jump off the bridge together. Let's not.
We want to help keep people from
doing
that.
Exactly. We want to show that there's goodness and kindness and positivity out there, and it's
and a
not
few
all
laughs along the way.
And a lot of laughs. A lot of laughs. If you're not laughing, you ain't living. Come on.
I like that. Oh, I like that. If you ain't laughing, you ain't living.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
you got
great.
to. You got to find.
So mark your calendars for that weekend in October 21, 22, 23. It will be at Bailey Middle School again. That's a nice big theater there that they have, auditorium, I guess you call it when it's in a school. So there'll be you'll be able to social distance and sit apart from people, for people who are nervous about that.
I mean, and masks will, hopefully, be optional, I think. I'm not sure they'll be mandatory by then. Who the heck knows what's going on?
Probably because it's in a school, it might be.
Probably, yeah. So, but everyone's got cool masks now or not cool masks.
Fun.
And so we bought these N95 masks or KN95, whatever the hell they are, to wear in the plane. So, and you can just buy them on Amazon, unfortunately.
Right.
And you get a zillion of them. So we have a zillion N95s in our house. We haven't. Well, we'll use them here and there, obviously.
Here and there.
Yeah, because I'll go in now. If I go inside, I'll, usually, depending on where, I'll chuck a mask on now.
And if people are listening, because I know for a while all the masks were gone and everybody were like, yay, no masks.
Yeah.
And now they're
creeping
kind of coming back in. If you don't have any and you need some, People's Place has a lot of them, a ton of them.
Yeah,
and
good.
we give them right at our front door, and people can come and take packets
Super.
of them for free.
Super.
So if you need masks, you don't know where to get them, or you just really don't have the money for them, stop by. They're right at the front entrance, and you can take a couple packs of them.
So our Rotary organization, back in January 21, in our district, which is 8 counties, we distributed 275,000 masks.
We got some of those.
You did
those
great
are
from
all
the Kingston
gone.
Rotary.
Those went
A long time ago.
They
they
went
and that was
fast.
from a Rotarian in the Connecticut area who was in the mask exporting or importing business. I think he donated to charity 5 million masks. 5 million masks he donated.
Did he have a mask company?
Yes,
how
did
that work?
He's an importer of masks from China.
Oh, okay. So he does sort of.
So he's got a
mask
warehouse of boxes upon boxes upon boxes. But he didn't have to do that. Ted Rossi is his name, and he just decided to give free masks, a lot to Rotary, but to other organizations as well in the Connecticut area. So, those types of things kind of restore my faith that yes, there are really good and decent people out there, and not a whole bunch of takers and people,
but again,
scammers.
Another service organization, to help the community.
Absolutely.
I know it was wonderful for us because you came and dropped, brought them to us.
Bill Calderera, probably
really,
Kingston Rotary.
Really hard for we're doing so much in the weeds that sometimes it's hard to. We'd love to receive certain things, but we don't have the manpower or woman power to go and get them. So it was wonderful because Rotary brought them to us. So
good.
how great was that?
Good news. Talk about your the People's Place food. You have a what do they call a market?
The farmers market.
Yes. Talk about that for a little bit.
The farmers market is every Tuesday morning from about 8:45. It's not supposed to start till 9, but we start a little early if we get set up till 11. And it's different free produce. We never
Right.
know what we're going to get. Some weeks we have an enormous amount,
Mhm.
lots of choices. Other weeks we have like 3 or 4
Not as much.
choices. But it really depends on what's growing in the community.
Great.
And in the beginning, we started in the beginning of May, so a lot of that is produce that's donated from different, whether it be grocers or,
Mhm.
or companies. And then as we get towards this time of year, it's really a lot of locally grown items.
Great.
We do get wonderful produce from the Hudson Valley Farm Hub.
Yep.
Early.
Yep.
That's fabulous. I think this coming week, I heard we might be getting sweet corn. And everything from there is so fabulous because
Yeah.
the ground is
Yeah.
just filled with
Fertile.
all sorts of nutrients that make the plants happy, and they don't use
Yeah.
any pesticides.
That's
and
great.
It really does taste different. It has it's just has such
Yeah.
a fabulousness to it.
Nothing like a good ear of sweet corn, I got to tell you.
Yeah, you don't even need, if it's great, you don't even need to put anything on it.
I know.
Yum.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we get all kinds of produce this week. They sent us green beans, and they just really snapped when we got them.
Yeah.
And we had zucchini and squash
Wow,
and
that's
lettuce
great.
and cucumbers. And we've been getting tomatoes from the Bruderhof.
Great,
So it's free to anybody who wants to come, just like all of our programming. We just we have the community cafe that every day in some of the produce we get from the farm stand, and that's what we use in the community cafe. So the chef there, Kim, she is phenomenal. Every day she makes, not knowing what she's making, she comes
Right.
in and kind of
Just-
whips it up based on what we have.
It's like one of those cooking shows on
It's-
TV.
It is. It's
Go in
every
here
day
and
of her
grab
life
this,
is
grab
like
this.
chopped, right?
Right. Exactly.
And so the community cafe is open 8:30 to 10:30 for a continental breakfast, and then from 11 to 1 for lunch.
Great.
And we invite everybody from the community to come.
Great.
Oh, we have a phone call.
Is that Cam?
We have a caller in.
No, it's not Cam. Why, is Cam supposed to call?
Possibly. What's okay? Good morning,
it's George.
caller. You're on the air. What's your comment or question?
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, George, how are
everybody
you?
doing today?
We're doing fantastic, thank you. How about yourself?
Hey, I can't complain. You guys was earlier talking about the military honor guard for funerals and
Yes.
parades and everything else.
Yes.
And that's a great service those people do. But they need to start getting some of the people who have gotten out of service that spent active duty into the American Legion and the VFWs.
Yes.
Because they are really starting to lose people, and a lot of our veterans organizations are getting old.
Yep.
And if people wants to keep having those kind of services performed and stuff, they're going to need people to be able to do it.
Yep. Where are they, George? Where are those people that, I mean, it's the same thing with service organizations.
Yes.
Service organizations getting older, too. It doesn't matter if it's Kiwanis, Elks, Rotary, you name it, Lions. The younger folks are not getting involved, and I'm, amazed that it's not happening a little bit more. What do you think?
Yeah, I know a lot of them are not. The other thing, too, is they changed the requirements to get into the legions. Before, you had to be in service during times of conflict.
Right.
But now, if you was in any time after December 7th, 41, or during World War I, which we don't have many of those people left, unfortunately, you can join the Legion. All you have to do was serve on active duty any time after December 7th, 41 till present.
Okay.
And that would be a big help to all these organizations and stuff, because
do you ever
need people. Like 2 weeks ago, we was at the Ulster County Fair for the Ulster County American Legion, and trying to get people to sign up to work the booth that we had at the fair was almost impossible. We would have had many days not covered if a couple of certain people from different, post-12 98 didn't cover 4 and 5 days at the fair.
Thank you for bringing that up, because
Yeah.
people may not realize that they can join because they weren't.
Right.
They were enlisted, they were in active duty, but
They've changed
didn't see
criteria.
Yeah, that the
Right, yeah, and like last week I was out to Adams, who is a big help.
Oops. Did we lose Cam, too?
Tried to put Cam on lock, and it didn't work. I'm sorry, George.
Oh, we're sorry we lost you.
George,
But
we'll
thank-
find
Cam,
you
call
again.
back.
Great point.
Is Cam still on?
Accidentally lost both of them. I think your 8 o'clock guest. Oh, here we go. Hang on.
Oh. All right.
Sorry, Cam.
Hey, good morning.
Hi,
Hey, Cam. Good morning. How are you, brother?
I'm okay. I'm on the side of the road on a Bull's Head Road on top of the hill with a 1 bar of signal. So
Well, you're coming through loud and clear.
Thank you so
There you
much
go.
for calling
Good,
in
good.
because what you have to talk
Yeah,
about
no.
is super important.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. Yes, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, the Sheriff's Department is going to have their mobile, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but their
Oracle
booth or trailer. They're beginning Narcan training, and they're going to be accepting prescription drug returns.
That are expired,
and-
right.
Yep, or
Unneeded.
yes,
Yeah,
expired
sure.
or yeah, whatever,
Yep.
unnecessary anymore. Because unfortunately that's a huge source of drugs that people can abuse.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
So where is that
whatever.
going to be now?
That's going to be right at the Elks Lodge at 143 Hurley Avenue, right
Okay.
out front in the big parking lot.
Okay.
Plenty of room. Forgive me, I'm a little short on the details, but I believe
That's
they'll
okay.
be there pretty much all day. I would
Okay.
figure from mid-morning, on.
And you won't be able to miss
details, but-
their trailer. It's huge, right, Cam?
Yes, it is. It's fully adorned, and it's a part of the ongoing effort to reach out to the community, help assist in the this terrible opioid crisis that's still raging. Despite COVID's taking over the headlines, the opioid crisis or the abuse of it is still raging in our country terribly.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have Narcan kits as well. Is that what you were saying?
Excuse me?
They have Narcan kits as
Yes,
well?
I believe they'll be doing training and kits.
Oh, they're doing
and,
training as well.
The more of those kits that are available,
Right.
you can throw one in your glove box. You could be at Hannaford and someone could have an episode. And,
Yep.
You don't have to do it yourself. You can hand the kit to someone, but just having those available and training, and it's a nasal spray.
Right.
It's not like it's a needle or an inhaler. You can apply it to a unconscious person.
Right, who's
Um,
having an overdose or
Super
experience.
easy
Yeah.
to apply.
Right.
Or to use.
Yes, super. And Sheriff Varela and the county government has obviously funded this and realize its importance. And please, it's the next 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Saturday at the Elks Lodge in Kingston. Open to anyone. Drive by, pull in quick. Plenty of parking. Centrally located. It's
easy in and out.
Yes.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, if you've had an unfortunate death in your family, and maybe the senior person that passed had medications in his or her cabinet, don't
Yeah,
flush them
absolutely.
down the toilet. Don't throw them in the garbage. Bring them there.
Yeah, it's
Bring
wonderful.
them there.
And
Sadly,
yeah.
You bring up a point, people flushing it down the garbage or down the drain. In most metropolitan cities around the planet, fish have medicines in them. They test fish in the waters, and there's traces of virtually, Prozac,
Right.
birth control medicine, blood pressure medicine in
Yep.
fish.
Oh,
That
my
people,
heavens.
Please, it's very important to properly dispose of drugs.
I never knew that either. That's crazy.
No, it's
It's unbelievable.
No, it
In fact,
sounds-
I've
yeah,
read
no, it sounds-
They can chart, the general health of populations by what concentration of drugs are in various sea life. It's
Wow,
amazing.
I did not know that.
It's
Yeah.
a real
Yeah.
crisis, and water contamination, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, absolutely.
Everything.
When you have an opportunity to do something like this, please take advantage of it. Bring in those medications, dispose of them properly.
So can you repeat the days, Cam?
Yep, that's today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Sheriff's Department at the Elks Lodge in Kingston, 143 Hurley Avenue. It's open to everyone, all comers, drive, bike, walk. If you're in the area, please stop in and take advantage of the information they're offering, and potentially save someone's life. Doesn't even matter who. Someone, everyone, can have these problems with drugs, and you never know when it's going to strike, and preparedness is the key to everything. So.
Yeah, you bring up a great point, Cam. For people that don't know, the Oracle was just at People's Place last week, and we did the Narcan trainings. It's super easy, super fast. The training only takes 10, maybe 15 minutes if you have a lot of questions about it. But one of the things is it's for opioid overdoses, and we were just, when you said about the prescriptions, most people right away think, a heroin overdose, but that's not the only time Narcan can save a life. There's a lot of people who are on prescription opioids, say a senior, they're taking their medicine, then they forgot, did I take my medicine? I'm going to take
like
I have to
painkillers.
do it again.
Yeah.
Painkillers, and they accidentally overdose on prescription medicine. Narcan will bring them back. Narcan will save them.
Right.
If they didn't overdose on an opioid, if you give them Narcan, it's going to do nothing to them. So it's not going to hurt them. So
it won't hurt. It won't hurt you either. So
right.
Never worry about hurting a person. So.
Correct. So kudos to Kiwanis for offering this for 3 days.
Elks.
It's so Elks. I'm sorry,
Elks.
Right?
Close
Elks.
enough.
A lot of Kiwanis members are Elks. That was a slip, right, Cam? Thank you, Cam.
Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, you got it. All right, guys. Keep up the good work, and see you soon.
Thanks. Be well.
Yep.
Talk soon. Thanks, Cam.
Another caller?
No, you got 1 minute, and your 8 a.m. guest is on the line, ready to go.
So to
Eliza.
speak quick about Narcan, at the Elks, Hurley Avenue, in and out, you can drop off your prescription drugs, take a quick Narcan training. They will tell you how to store Narcan in your bag, or because it is a little heat sensitive or cold sensitive. But they're extremely informative. It doesn't take a lot of time, but you never know when you're going to be able to save a life.
And if you can't get it out there for whatever reason, you can always call the Ulster County Sheriff's Department and say, I have X medications to dispose of.
Yes. And they'll tell you
whatever. And so, they'll tell you what to do, how to dispose of it safely, And if you have a well, please don't flush them.
Don't put it down there.
Or a septic field, please don't do that.
No.
It's,
I had no idea about the fish. Oh, my heavens.
I was shocked when I heard that. I was like, wow.
Now I have to re-examine my ordering of
I was going to say, I was like, am I
eating
eating trout that have high blood pressure? Or
I'm going to give a quick shameless plug. That just means you should come to the Happy Car at People's Place from 4:30 to 6:30 to learn about whole food, plant-based food options.
There you go.
Go for it. All right, let's go to break.
Listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
There was this one time I went snorkeling in the Caribbean when I was a kid. It really just blew my mind. We saw the most beautiful corals. I remember thinking they were waving at us as they moved with the ocean. And then there were all these amazing fish. I'll never forget it. It completely changed the way I look at the ocean.
Most of us have a memory of being in nature we'll never forget. Let's protect the world's natural places so more memories can be made for generations to come. Visit worldwildlife.org.
Have you ever experienced a wish come true? For a child battling a critical illness, a wish come true can be a turning point. One song, one dance, one game, one adventure, one moment changes everything. Make-A-Wish needs your support to grant the wish of every eligible child. Visit wish.org now to help grant more life-changing wishes. Together, we can transform lives, one wish at a time.
This is the story of Daniel, who was born 2 months early. His lungs weren't ready. His heart wasn't ready. His parents could only hope that one day he would leave the hospital healthy, and they would all live happily ever after. Daniel's is just one of the more than 500,000 stories of babies born prematurely last year. You can help the March of Dimes stop premature birth and bring more babies home healthy. Learn how at marchofdimes.com. Working together for stronger, healthier babies.
Hi, this is Winnie from the Rosendale Seniors, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
This portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Ulster Savings Bank. Visit their newest branch, conveniently located at the Ulster Commons Plaza in Lake Katrine. Experience the difference that local community banking offers with the convenience of another great location, easy access, plenty of parking, and a 24-hour ATM. Ulster Savings Bank, invested in community, invested in you. Member FDIC.
All right, folks, this is Thunder Thursday, and we're here, and you're there, and hopefully you're listening. This is Tony Marmo, and I'm joined by...
Christine Hein.
Give me one of those. We also have on the line with us Eliza Edge. Eliza, we're going to have to do birthdays just right at the beginning, and then we're going to get back to you, okay? Welcome.
That sounds great. Thanks. Good morning.
Okay, it's not your birthday, is it?
No. I'm November.
Oh, yeah,
I
November
gladly
what?
listen.
What birthday in November? What day?
November 8th.
Oh, I'm the 9th. Cool. On the 9th, yeah, 11/9. All right, Christine.
All right. Happy birthday. We are going to give out a big, huge happy birthday wish to Marion Acabellis from your friends at the Town of Ulster Senior Club. So, Marion, have a phenomenal day today.
Yes.
And we wish
Enjoy.
you much happiness and health.
Right. These are Virgos, I think, right? These
They are Virgos.
Yeah, they are. See, I knew that somehow, way, shape, or form. Please wish a happy birthday to Kathy. I'm going to say Ugolino. Ugolino. They gave the Italian name.
There you go.
From your friends at the Hurley Pearlers. And the winner of the delicious cow pie from Boyce Dairy Milk House at 62 O'Neill Street, where we're having the Happy Christmas Fun on November 4th, is... That would be Marion...
Acabellis.
Acabellis?
No,
Yeah.
so happy birthday.
Marion, enjoy your cow pie. If you've never had a cow pie, that's one of the great delights in life, is having a cow pie.
Yes, and they're...
Have you had one? Or two?
I have had cow pies in the past.
And they're
I think
only
it's
5,000 calories, so you're good.
It's so wonderful
Right.
that
So,
they...
If you're on a 1,500 calorie diet, then you only can eat like one little piece of it.
You can eat a chip on the
You can
top.
eat a chip.
But
That's
if
it.
you eat it on your birthday, it's no calories because it's birthday calories.
It's birthday calories.
Birthday
That doesn't
calories
count.
don't count. So there you
All
go.
right, let's get to our guest, Eliza Edge. How are you, Eliza, today?
I am really well. So excited to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks
good.
for having me.
Are you related to any of the Edges? There's some Edges in Kingston, I think. Bob Edge?
Probably not, although I am from the area, but
Okay.
nearer towards Woodstock.
Okay. Geez, okay, that's a pretty uncommon name-ish. But, yeah. Well, we're happy to have you on. You're affiliated with SUNY New Paltz. I know we're great fans of
We
Dean.
love SUNY New
We
Paltz.
love SUNY New Paltz, and we love Dean Bacchus, Kristen Bacchus. She's amazing, of the School of Business. And so tell us what your role is and what you're here to talk about today.
Yeah, sure. So I have recently come on within SUNY New Paltz School of Business because they got generous funding by the Somner Family Foundation to create a mentorship program in the Hudson Valley. And it's not necessarily for students internally at the School of Business, but it's actually for any entrepreneur within any of the 7 counties of the Hudson Valley to come to and basically get pro bono free mentorship advice that is specifically geared towards addressing a growth challenge or obstacle. So if you're a bread company and you need to scale and you have an operation issue, the idea is you'll come to our program, tell me a little bit about your obstacle, your problem, and then I'll pair you with either a subject matter expert or an entrepreneur who's already been there before.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
I think that's wonderful.
Wow, that's very good. So tell us, how long has the program been around?
So we think we launched our first cohort sometime in March, and still learning a lot about who our entrepreneurs are in this area and what they're looking for. You know, for example, we found there's a lot of food and packaged food out here in this area, and so we're learning and trying to build out that mentorship pool as we speak.
Tell us a couple of examples, if you can, of types of a profile of maybe an entrepreneur who has come to you.
Yeah, sure. So there's a couple. There's in a range. So, for example, there's a gentleman who has a tech startup. It's a platform where it's a tech platform, and he was looking for help, basically to go through his investor deck and get some advice on it, but get advice on brainstorming the kinds of investors he should be looking for. And so I paired him with a mentor who had fundraised for a company in the past and had gone through many a pitch decks for other entrepreneurs. And so the two of them worked at the deck, but then worked at the investment strategy, and did so in that relationship. Another pairing that I like that's more on the small business side is a woman who owns a CBD company. And I paired her, she was looking for just sort of general growth sales ideas. I think that she was launching 2 new products, and she wanted help brainstorming how to execute bringing those 2 products into the market. And so I paired her with a mentor who was more of more of sort of a well-rounded business guy. His name is Wayne, and he helped her be a sounding board and brainstorming, and actually had come from alcohol and spirits world. So I know it's different than CBD, but similar sort of product placement. And the two have actually been working with each other for a couple of months now. She was in my first cohort, and they've really just kicked it off and actually continue to meet and work with one another.
That's great. I mean, this is really a great idea. But that's the catchment area seems gigantic. Did you say 8 counties, 7 counties? I mean, you're
7 counties, within the Hudson Valley.
Wow, that's gigantic.
That seems like a.
How many entrepreneurs can you help at one time?
Well, I think we'd love to just keep expanding this more and more, and when we need, implement technology to make it scalable and grow. I mean, the SUNY New Paltz is and through their venture arm hub and the School of Business is an ecosystem landing point for a lot of entrepreneurs. They have a newly launched entrepreneur concentration at the school, and so touching those 7 counties is sort of their way within this program to be able to touch more of those people.
We have a common acquaintance in Tony DeMarco. In fact, we were trying to get him on the radio today, but our schedules got a little messed up here. So Tony also works at or has a role at SUNY New Paltz. He was going to talk about the Evergreen Water Solution Accelerator, but it's interesting that there's such a great focus on business efforts and assistance for perhaps smaller businesses that don't have the resources or the training through SUNY New Paltz. So that's great. Is that new through Dean Bacchus?
So I think that, definitely the mentorship program is new, and the Venture Hub part of SUNY New Paltz School of Business I wouldn't say new. It's been going for a couple of years.
Okay.
It's definitely been, but I will say the concentration in entrepreneurship for students is brand new, I believe, this semester.
Right. That's interesting. I'm looking also here at the, I don't know if it's germane to what you're doing in the mentorship program, but the Hudson Valley Venture Hub, is that part of your program, or is that another program that's being offered?
Yeah, so a little bit of both. The mentorship program is definitely housed within the Venture Hub as a way to contribute and add to our ecosystem, our entrepreneurial ecosystem here. But the Venture Hub, that's actually what Tony DeMarco is the leader of, our fearless leader.
Right.
And basically, you can sign up and become a Growth Hub member. And we have book clubs, we have webinars, there's an in-person Venture Fest that happens, and we're planning for mid-October.
Right.
So just a lot of activities to sort of bring together service providers, educators, entrepreneurs, investors in our region.
So I'm looking at your at the website. So maybe you're a pizza place with the best sauce that could be bottled, right?
There you
got a
go,
pizza
right.
sauce. Startup that has some traction but missing one key hire. We won't talk about employment on this show because
Well, you
don't-
can help with that.
right. My theory is that all the available people that should be working got beamed up to Mars. They're not here anymore. They just got taken off the planet, and they'll be returned, maybe with some ransom. I'm not sure.
How can people become involved with this? Say I have this phenomenal marketing idea that I want to make a business, but I don't really know where to go. How do I even find out? I'm so happy you called in because
Yeah.
I never would have known about this. So
this is great.
How can we help spread this?
Oh, well, basically visit the website and you can either apply via to be a mentor or to be a mentee, an entrepreneur. It's totally free. And basically once you submit a short little application and tell me a bit about your growth obstacle, your problem area, I'll read it and then I'll pair you on the back end. So yeah, spread it far and wide.
Is there a cost to the program to participate?
No, so the program for entrepreneurs is totally free, and the whole program is funded and made possible by the Somner Family Foundation.
Interesting. Very good. So, and your mentors, you have just assembled a collection of people that you know or someone knows that could provide this expertise to a mentee?
Yeah, so that's actually been an interesting part, and partially, I give a lot of credit to Tony and the Venture Hub, and as well as just sort of the School of Business in general. There's a large pool of really talented, smart people who care about this community, care about the university, and sort of happily hopped on to help entrepreneurs in this area. And I've been surprised. It's actually been easier to recruit mentors because there's so many people who care about this area and economic development and helping out businesses that mentorship recruitment actually has been not as hard as one might think so far.
That's great. What's the website? You said people can just go to the website and apply. What is the website? Can we repeat that again?
Yeah. Yeah, so the website's a bit long, but I'll read it out loud. It's newpaltz.edu/School of Business /HV Mentors.
Great.
And
Okay.
hopefully that works.
Yeah, that does. Or you can just Google or search Hudson Valley Mentors, and that's how I did it, and it just popped up. So yeah, this is it's an amazing program that, and you can apply for mentorship or apply to mentor online, right?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
and so that's and what Eliza, what is your background? How did you come to this job?
Yeah, so I'm born and raised in Hudson Valley and have always worked within small businesses and growing small businesses, like ever since I was 13.
Wow.
In a catering company. And I went away for school and got a job in the city actually building out an entrepreneurship mentorship program for a nonprofit where I built a marketing and sales program for low-income or under-resourced entrepreneurs in New York City, and did that for a couple of years, and then right before the pandemic, decided I wanted to come back to the hometown and make it work, and luckily this sort of perfect position came across at SUNY New Paltz because I've been caring about growing economic development in the Hudson Valley for my entire life, and so just happy to get involved with the business school here.
Well, that's great. That's great. So, let's see. Let's repeat. You have an event coming up on October that you're going to be part of, as well as October 21st, I think. Right? Isn't that what you said?
Yes. So the Venture Hub, the Venture Fest, which is the event that happens within Venture Hub, there is a really cool event. It's happening October 13th, starting at 12 o'clock, and there'll be a whole sort of announcement happening within the next month in terms of keynotes and sessions. But for now, definitely hold the date, and it's the time to meet and bring together this ecosystem that creates entrepreneurship in the area.
How long would a typical business be involved, or is there a typical situation or relationship time period? I mean, is it like, does it go on for 3 months, 6 months, or when the mentee says, hey, I'm good to go, thank you very much? Is there kind of a time frame that you think about when you're engaged with a mentee?
Yeah, so it depends a bit on your need, but for those that are dealing with a fairly deep growth obstacle, we say, and at least on the mentor side, we say expect to give 6 to 8 of your hours over the course of 3 months normally. And there's a range there. So if someone is looking for sort of quick legal advice, that might be a couple of hours. If somebody's looking for like strategy, that might be a check-in lasting, 6 months or something. So unfortunately, there's a little bit of a range from like a program logistics standpoint, but every business is different. And so, but I will say for mentors, expect to give, a minimum of 6 to 8 hours.
Okay. Well, doesn't seem overwhelming, but I'm sure that, that's going to be well appreciated by the business that receives it. We were kidding a little bit about staffing earlier, but what's your take on, what's happening, and what's your prediction, if you want to give one, about when this might come back around in terms of every sector in the world needs staffing. Oh
man, do you have another? Yeah,
I know we have another 2 hours for that, right?
Yeah. I think in short, it's hard. Those are often hourly, sometimes low-paying hourly jobs, and I think my take is that it's hard to convince somebody to go risk their own safety and do that job, but.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going to change it. Whether it's unemployment, if that'll really be the sort of the thing, or if we're going to need to have a complete rehaul of the way we look at the service industry.
Yeah, it is primarily in the service industry, but it's in other sectors as well. I mean, there's just a lot of folks on the sidelines for a variety of reasons. I was talking to someone yesterday who. Or 2 days ago, who was in the tourism business, and that place usually gets a lot of folks from overseas, seasonal workers, that are on work visas from whatever, Eastern Europe or South America or you name it. That didn't happen this year because of the pandemic, and that's caused a little bit of a domino effect because, those jobs are vacant and other folks maybe step up, maybe don't. I mean, there's just a gap of, nationally, I think I read 9 or 10 million people that are vacancies, job vacancies, and there's just not the humans to do it. So, a young entrepreneur, a young business owner, or a business owner saying, hey, we're ready to go, but we don't have the person power to gasoline for the engine, so to speak,
yeah. Yeah.
I
guess I would, and this is sort of like more off the record.
Yeah.
In the program, but my personal belief is that I think we need to have better incentives for those people. So if you're starting a business in the tourism industry, why not consider an employee-owned model where your staff members have stake in growing your company? Like if we're having staffing issues, it's because the incentives aren't there. And so I think we need to rethink the way that we're forming business.
Yeah, I think I'm curious to see if over time wage scales are going to increase or stay increased. I mean, I see that in I own a staffing business in Kingston. And we're seeing, jobs that we're paying, there's no one making minimum wage, at least that I'm aware of, that we deal with anyway. There might be some folks making $12.50 an hour, but those jobs that were 13 and 14 are now 15 and 16, that were before 15 and 16 are now 17, 18, 19, 20. So the wage scales are going up. Some businesses have a tough time passing those costs along, so they're they're concerned about it. Portions of business. I know this is not the mentorship program part, but it's a concern for entrepreneurs that are trying to start a business but can't find staff, or have a business that's ready to burst, but again can't find the person power to make it happen.
Yeah. It's an interesting topic, and we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it's a crisis. I mean, I have to say, we see it. I mean, the economy wants to get going, but combination of maybe folks, I think the stimuluses are over, I hope, because there's enough jobs out there to, for people to get actually gainfully employed and feel good about themselves and feel good about, what they're doing with their lives and careers rather than eating bonbons and watching Netflix. But I'm not even sure they make bonbons anymore. But so again, give another review of the Hudson Valley Mentor Program. What is it? How do people contact you? Just give a little overview, please.
Yeah, of course. So Hudson Valley Mentors is a program that is made possible by the Somner Foundation, and it's housed within SUNY New Paltz School of Business. It's a program for entrepreneurs who have a growth obstacle or challenge. You basically come to us at our website, Hudson Valley it's a long thing, but Google SUNY New Paltz Hudson Valley Mentors.
Right.
And you come to our website and you can apply for free pro bono mentorship to address and work through that growth challenge.
Great. And it was created in partnership with the Summer, it's SOMMER, Summer Family Foundation, right?
Yes, exactly.
Dan Summer, I'm just reading off your page. Dan Summer is an EdTech entrepreneur, founder of CEO of Trilogy, and CEO and co-founder of Edge Pathways. That sounds familiar, Edge.
No relation.
No
to
relation.
Me whatsoever.
Okay, kidding.
Yeah.
Just curious. But yeah, I mean, this is a great program in Westchester, Rockland, Putnam, Dutchess, Orange, Ulster, Sullivan, and now extended to Greene and Columbia counties. So you have to have at least $500 in revenue, correct?
So we do have ask for that. Although if you don't, or you have, still apply, and we'll get you services.
So you're really not turning down any folks to any great degree, unless.
Yeah, and maybe you're not a great fit for any of the mentors in our pool, but we'll make sure that we refer you and find you kind of the place to go.
Right. So that's great. There's a lack of. Although the Small Business Administration used to do some of this, and I'm not sure, they've been overwhelmed by the Paycheck Protection Program and maybe the EIDL loans, the Economic Injury Development Loan, I think is what it's called. This is a great resource for Hudson Valley businesses. It's free. Mentors are very rare. We talked about giving earlier,
and
right?
You learn so much from they give you all the inside secrets.
Yeah, right.
If you're smart, you'll listen to your mentor and you won't make the same mistakes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't learn that stuff in college, So this is a great program. Kudos to SUNY New Paltz. Thank you to the Summer Foundation. Kudos to Dean Bacchus and to you for bringing this message. Are you working with chambers at all? Do you have any connections with, you're in 7 counties. I'm not sure how many chambers are there. I know Orange, Dutchess, Ulster, but are you working?
Lower Ulster too. There's a chamber in New Paltz.
Yeah. Just a bit as a pipeline to maybe get more mentors or new businesses.
Right.
But yeah, and the program's so new. We still have so much to tap into in this community.
Great. So you're about not even 6 months old, roughly, not even, a little bit less.
Yeah, exactly.
So trying to get the word out there and be great to get on a chamber program when the chambers start meeting back again in person. I mean, All of them. Yeah, it'd be great. I mean,
Can you repeat the website one more time for folks that are listening, or if there's a number they should call? Some people were listening halfway and they're like, "Oh, wait, I think this really. I know somebody that this would work for."
Of course. Yeah. So the website is newpaltz.edu/School of Business/HB Mentors.
Right.
Hudson Valley Mentors.
Hudson Valley Mentors. It probably easiest just to Google that. And again, there's a lot of small businesses that, Dr. Paul was talking about that earlier, Jankowitz, about, small businesses make up a majority of the U.S. economy. There's, not the Fortune 500 companies, they're there, but it's we'll call them ma and pa, but individual owners. I know you had some testimonials on your website of onesie, twosie people businesses, right?
Backbone of the economy.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, Eliza, thank you so much for what you're doing, and we're going to have Tony DeMarco on, I think, September 9th now. I think we've moved him out to that time. He'll talk about his piece, but it sounds like you have a great group, great team of people at SUNY New Paltz, the School of Business. Again, kudos to Kristen Bacchus for putting together such a great team, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
thank you.
Hopefully finding the next successful out of the park business.
Amazon or something.
You never. Hey, that's how it happens.
That's how garage. It happens.
Yeah,
right?
That's it. Thank you.
Lord. All right, Eliza, be well, be safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you so much. Take care.
Before we do go to break, I want to ask you two, did you guys have your phone on this morning around 5:15?
5:15.
I got up. I woke up early this morning, so my phone was on. An Amber Alert type warning came over for a tornado warning this morning.
It wasn't here, but there was a tornado warning in the Saugerties area, like Glasgow, Saugerties area.
This thing starts going off at like 5:15, like an Amber Alert type sound. I happened to just be getting out of the shower.
I think I might have disabled that.
That's what George Post was calling about this morning. He got woke up to that.
Sometimes I have a tough time sleeping. I don't need my phone to wake me up.
And telling you that it's a tornado warning in Ulster County. All right, we'll go to break, and then we'll
go to break, come back with Bill Kearney, and hear about the Hooley. Woohoo!
Yeah, woohoo!
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Grammer. Wounded Warrior Project supports injured veterans by connecting them with fellow warriors, by serving them through mental health and wellness programs, and by empowering them to live on their own terms. No one should face a battle alone. Join us at woundedwarriorproject.org.
As a parent, your life is your child.
With Luke, he's the whole world,
He was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and it just rips your heart out. You feel completely helpless.
But when you come to St. Jude, that is a whole nother level of care.
You have cutting-edge scientific research here, doctors at the top of their game, and there's nothing but love in everything that they do.
I asked my wife, I was like, what is this going to cost us? And then we did a little bit of research, and then we realized that no family ever receives a bill.
St. Jude covers the cost of everything so that we could focus on our family. St. Jude gave our family the chance to be together. They saved our son's life, and we did not pay a cent. And that wouldn't have been possible without St. Jude.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, this is Jared Mans from the Spring Lake Fire Department, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
This portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Ulster Savings Bank. Visit their newest branch, conveniently located at the Ulster Commons Plaza in Lake Katrine. Experience the difference that local community banking offers with the convenience of another great location, easy access, plenty of parking, and a 24-hour ATM. Ulster Savings Bank, invested in community, invested in you. Member FDIC.
All right, folks, we're back. This is Thunder Thursday.
Okay.
Woo! Yeah, we're here, and you're there. Look at Lawrence saying, "What is going on in that room?"
I like it. We should, if you want, we could get some drums in here. With just one little drum.
What noise do I make?
Yeah, I don't know. So anything. All right, so this is Tony Marmo.
I'm Christine Hein.
Last half-hour segment, we're joined by the man, the myth, the legend.
Correct. Bill Kearney. How are you? From the AOH.
Yep, I'm from the AOH. We're working hard.
We're gonna chitty chat about the Hooley.
Chitty bang bang. Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, man. It feels like centuries, right?
You're off.
It does. Everybody's out of the
rhythm.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that's a
right,
good word.
It's gotta get the groove
out of sorts, so to speak. Got to go buy some sorts because we're out of sorts.
Yep, we're out of sorts.
So tell us about Hooley, which is only in a few weeks. It's amazing that time is just moving on.
Yes.
Right?
Hooley's Sunday, Labor Day weekend, September the 5th.
Okay.
It starts at 11 o'clock, runs till 9 o'clock at night because, as you know, nothing good comes after 9 o'clock.
Sometimes nothing good comes after 8 o'clock.
Well, the older I get, the more
Time keeps moving forward. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
When I was a kid, I used to stop at my grandmother's house. We'd go out drinking, be 3 o'clock in the morning, everybody hungry, Go to my grandmother's house, she'd be up.
Yeah.
Make everybody breakfast.
Yeah.
Because she went to bed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
She was probably so happy to see you guys.
Oh, God, she was.
I'm sure you were very entertaining.
Oh,
too.
yeah, absolutely.
So tell us, there's been some challenges certainly this year, or can we do mass gatherings? Can we not do mass? What can we do? What can we not do? You've taken the position that we're moving forward, and it's only a few weeks away.
Right, we're moving forward. As you know, early on, we were planning for all the, pandemic stuff, whatever you want to call it, the health department, and then they lifted everything. So we're moving forward. Keep our fingers crossed. Nothing happens.
You had to stay 6 feet away from somebody having a beer.
Right. Exactly.
6 feet and 6 feet and 6 feet. Pretty soon you're in
Made a whole
Pankaki.
chain.
You're down.
Right along that nice walkway that they put
We
in.
put everybody on the promenade all the way up and down the Hudson.
Promenade, that's what I meant, yeah.
So we're moving forward.
Moving forward, good.
Full speed ahead. We have, this time, only hiccup we have is our traditional stage is not going to be put together this year because we can't get people coming over from Ireland. So most of those guys came in from Ireland.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 2 stages. And we have our international stage and our local talent stage and things like that. So, and then we'll have our vendors, our craft vendors, our food vendors. And it's going to be a good time, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are the stages? Which stage is missing? Because it's usually
we were using the Hudson Valley Maritime Museum's boathouse for the traditional stage.
Right.
So that is going to be morphed into something else this year. Last time, I have to keep saying last time instead of last year.
Oh, yeah.
That was 2019, but who's counting?
Last time
2020 was the year that wasn't.
Yeah, right. Swing and a miss.
Aaron Bertov came to us and said, hey, listen, we got a lot of kids and families at the Hooley, and they got a lot of small kids, and these kids need some place to go to calm down and maybe change a diaper or something.
Right.
So she set up what we call the family area there over by the Matilda, the tugboat. So we're going to have that again. She's going to run that. She's got a little business called Play Haven that she's sponsoring that herself. And she's providing all the wipes and diapers and
good stuff.
Even us old guys can go over there and get our diaper changed if we had to.
I was going to say, that's a really good idea, and then you have to add that part.
Let's keep it to the kids. I think that'll be a lot easier. So the entertainment, you're having a usual cast of characters. I think I did see some of that. T. McCann and
T. McCann will be there. What do you call it? Here we go. T. McCann, Little Creek's going to come back.
Little Creek, great.
Kitty Kelly's coming. We'll have the Farrell School of Irish Dance and also the Celtic Heels from Red Hook will be there.
That's nice.
Andy Cooney's coming back.
Okay.
He's coming up.
Andy's coming back. The Canny brothers will be there. McGruven. Derek Warfield and the Young Wolftones are there. Okay. I guess they're already over here, so they don't have to worry about getting here.
Yeah.
So they're going to be there.
They didn't go back, apparently.
I don't know. So,
they were locked out.
Yeah, they got locked out. They can't go anywhere.
So you have some phenomenal bands, a lot of the usuals that people know.
Right. We got the great bands. The music's going to be terrific. like I say, this year we're dedicating the Hooley to Bill Yosh. As you know, Bill passed away in February.
He was an amazing guy.
This was Bill's idea in the first place.
Yeah, he was the founder.
So he came to us, and all he needed was some strong backs and weak minds, and he told us what to do. And
it was
and it was born.
I think you're going to get a great turnout. I mean, I was at the Soapbox Derby last Sunday. We broadcast our Italian show from there, and there were a couple thousand people lining the streets.
Oh, wow.
It was
That's
packed.
great.
Yep.
It was a beautiful day. I think people are have a pent up desire. There's still certainly some cautious folks, appropriately so.
Right.
But I think generally, I think people want to bust out. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I know that generally, right?
I think so. Listen, I'm going to be in the T-shirt booth, so I hope that you'll be 6 feet away from me. Right. So we find. I think so, especially the key to it is hopefully we have a sunny day.
Right.
Yes,
right.
the weather is.
There's rosaries on the clothesline.
Right.
And
like Bernie Gray said.
Yeah.
The size of your funeral hall is determined by the weather.
That's true.
So I think because I think people are cautious,
right?
But they also people want to see each other. We are a group of people who really like to. People need human contact and human interaction, and
I think so too.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a lot of that over the last 18 months.
Right.
So I think people are.
Right,
Say,
and we're doing the same.
You can go there's a lot of space downtown.
There is. You can
and the music's loud.
Stretch it out.
You hear it, so you can stretch out and sit along the waterfront and still hear the music and still be part of it without being right on top of each other. So
we're in the midst of planning for the Italian Festival, which is October 10th, and it's the same thing. We're probably stretching out. We're not using the Maritime Barn this year. We're going to stretch it out past the overpass so people feel a little comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll get the vendors and folks to come out. I think the vendors are saying, okay, we're ready. Let's get out there.
Just space people out so that they when they're waiting online they have space. I think it will be.
I think it'll be fine.
We'll enjoy it.
As you know, in working with the Italian Festival, the city is tremendous in helping out.
Yep.
And so. I think it's going to be
the mayor and
the mayor's great.
Papono it's a great venue down there. And I don't know, the Hooley's been down there how many years?
This
now?
will be our 20th year.
Yeah, amazing.
20 years.
Wow.
It's all free.
Yep. Everything.
Ken Brett's going to MC.
Ken Brett's going to be on the Bill Yosh stage. We
Bill Yosh, nice.
International stage to the Bill Yosh stage.
Beautiful.
So Ken will be there.
Good.
We have the Feeney stage. We had the Feeney people. People had built us a stage years and years ago.
Out of a tugboat, or
it was out of a. Could have been.
Could have been a tugboat, flipped over, flat.
Because when the dancers were up there, kind of
it was creaking a little bit.
Swayed back and forth.
But as you know, the city has a new stage.
Yes.
So we're going to be using the new stage from the city. They've offered that to us, and we're going to have that down at the foot of Broadway. So that's a beautiful stage.
We're going to use that too. I think ours, we think, is going to be on the other side of the overpass, though. We're trying to figure out where we're going to send it towards Mariners,
Yep.
Right.
And see if that works out a little bit. But I mean, we're all looking forward to the Hooley and to the good times and to the music. And is there a problem? Oh, don't tell me we have a leak in the studio.
We have a little leak.
Maybe that's AC.
Water coming down from
that's
the air
AC
conditioning.
condensation. Yeah. I mean, I think people are interested in just getting back to normalcy, and the Hooley is normal. St. Patty's Parade normal. When you don't have that stuff, I mean, we as humans, we don't do well with changing routines. And.
Fun times in the music and the seeing each
camaraderie
other and being
able
to say hey, even if it's
it's
a wave instead of a hug.
And everybody likes to find out what everybody else has been doing as they sit there looking at the four walls in their house. So they have something to do.
Right.
And I think it'll be fine.
Right.
And I think it'll be fine. I'm not too worried about
that. Big, that nice big trailer that has Guinness in it, and is that going to be there?
That'll be there. By the way, we're having
Yay.
Yeah, look at he's like, oh yeah, of course that would be there. Why would it not be there?
I'm meeting the men from Guinness today. They're coming up.
Good.
We have some raffle things and swag that they're going to
swag.
They're going to they're donating that, so we'll have some raffles.
They got probably a warehouse of swag. What the hell have they done with it for the last year or so?
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
They'll be bringing that up,
Good.
and we'll be putting together some raffles, so help pay for the cost of putting this thing together.
Yeah.
And talking about that, we have
a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, let's talk about the sponsors.
The thing about it is, and I got to say this, the local businesses in the city and the county here have been tremendous over the course of our 20 years in supporting our endeavors, whether it's the Hooley or the St. Patrick's Parade or whatever. So we got to
big shout out.
Big shout out to those guys. So, and our list is Arrow Construction, Little Italy, Mariners Harbor, and Front Street Tavern. Butchie there. The Ulster Savings Bank, the Hudson Valley Credit Union, the Ryan and Ryan Insurance and Erie Insurance, Leah Honda. Leah Honda is
nice.
Yeah, that's good.
J&A Roofing. J&A has been with us since the beginning.
All right.
Let's see, Jay Mullins.
Ian Horowitz is Irish, isn't he?
Yes, absolutely. He's the first one on board.
He's the first one on board. Little leprechaun.
He is. And then we have, of course, Herzog's and Kingston Plaza. They're always in. They've been with us from the beginning. Also, Roundout Savings, the Ulster Federal Credit Union, A-Race Electric, of course, and Jim McGowan, Masonry.
Masonry, yep.
Jim is going to be doing that. And then the Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union also is in.
Great.
And I'm probably forgetting somebody. Of course, there's the city. The city's been very cooperative with us. And this year, we'll be having, with the county, we're going to be sponsoring a vaccination site at the Hooley. So if you want to...
Oh, that's nice.
You want to come down and get a vaccination, you get a free Guinness.
That's
there
pretty
you
good.
go.
There you vaccine and a Guinness. What a deal.
Yep. Great.
Will they do that if they're Will they do that if they're giving boosters?
I don't think they squirt the vaccine in the Guinness so you don't have to get pricked and just drink it. Like a vaccine chaser.
There you go. You might be onto something.
I might be onto something.
You might get more people to take the vaccine that way.
I have to do a quick story about that. We were down in Myrtle Beach and we were at this dueling piano bar, which is really cool to do. And so they had regular drinks and they had Jell-O shots, but the Jell-O shots were in a syringe, like a large. I swear,
really?
it was like a Jell-O syringe. It was the weirdest thing, I have to say. The syringe was like, I don't know, about 8 inches long, and you hit the plunger and the Jell-O comes out.
The first time
that's what they do Jell-O shots in now.
Exactly.
How many of those did you do?
Too many, I think. Pretty soon I tried to inject myself, and that didn't work. So
funny.
Hooley on the Hudson, September 5th.
Yep.
Down in the Strand. Some more sponsors. Bill Kearney, please.
Well, I kind of ran through them.
Okay.
So we got all those sponsors. Then we're going to have about, I think we got about 14, 15 vendors who are going to be there with their food and wares. Nadine Fresco Ferrera, she's going to be there with Upstate Original. And she's promised to have a little shamrock thing there so you can have your picture taken. So
okay, that's good.
Oh, that's a good thing. She's so great. She goes around.
She Irish at all?
Yes.
I got to tell you.
Oh, yes. She's half Irish, half Italian, I believe.
She is?
Yes,
Nadine?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I
One
thought she was
parent, one parent.
Oh, no kidding. I thought she was full Italiano.
Because we talked about how we were like the same.
Right.
Same thing, yeah.
Right.
Well, between you and Nadine, I don't know where you get your energy from, but the two of you are working like dogs all the time. It's just amazing.
Must have been the same class. We were in the same high school
class.
Oh,
my goodness.
You are?
Yeah. Yep.
Nadine was, she did the emceeing at the soapbox derby.
Yep.
Yeah, she said
she's great.
Yeah,
absolutely
great. Yeah. So that's great. So you're going to use T.R. Gallo Park.
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of the traditional area there for the Yash stage, probably. And then the city stage will be
on the foot at the foot of Broadway.
Foot of Broadway.
Actually, we're going to put it at the foot of Broadway, facing up Broadway.
Okay.
Away from the creek.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then the Guinness, hopefully the Guinness rig
Right.
will be across the street, so you can sit there and watch the entertainment as you go.
Right. That's
So
great.
Guinness is going to be in a different spot this year.
Yes, Guinness going to be Guinness. We're going to put the stage where the Guinness truck was years.
Gotcha. And Dock Street, I know we having a little bit of discussion about Dock Street, the usability of it, or what we can use the bluestone sidewalk maybe, and not the road because there's.
They have outdoor
chairs.
Outdoor,
in the street there, and
it's going to be difficult on Dock Street.
Dock Street a little bit, and maybe one part of Broadway, Lower Broadway on the Savona side.
Yeah, there'll be people out there on the street.
A couple little different wrinkles here. The bus system will be working.
UCAT is stepping up again. Yeah,
great.
we're
Tony
getting great.
Roser and
getting great cooperation from the county also with the bus.
Same
thing. We're going to parking lots at Kingston Plaza, Cornell Street, and then handicap parking's down at the Kingston Point.
Right. Same drill as. Well, we copied everything from you guys. Anyway.
You'll be able to get your T-shirt. T-shirts are being sold again.
T-shirts are being sold again. Christine's going to be helping set up the T-shirt booth up at the gazebo.
What color is it this year? Do we know or not? We don't know yet.
Well,
you can't let that out.
No, it's okay.
Is it greenish, whitish, grayish?
Well, we have
a bunch of them.
The Hooley this year is going to be a white. It's going to be a white shirt.
White shirt.
Yeah, last time it was a black shirt.
Black shirt. Right. Okay.
Kind of going through the
that
color
was
palette.
Precursor to the pandemic, a black shirt.
Yes, exactly. Right.
Now we're coming out white.
Right.
The good guys.
Yep, we're coming out. We're going to have the white hats and everything.
White hats. Good.
So it's going to be
the hats too.
So we're going to be selling our wares there, and then the ladies AOH is stepping up. A lot of volunteers that are going to be walking around selling our boosters. Our famous booster sticker to help defray the cost.
Just a dollar. You can be part of it.
$1. That's all it takes. Dollar and a dream.
I was just going to say $1 and a dream.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. It's good, and the entertainment is just so great. It really is. It's upbeat. It's gets people in the mood, and
it's happy.
It's happy. We were talking about that earlier, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Happy day.
Yeah,
it's a happy day, and everybody wants to come down and make sure everything's good. Everybody needs a little normalcy, I think,
we need a lot. Yeah, we need a lot of normalcy and predictability, and the unknown is like we don't do well with unknown. Typically, right? I mean, it's like and the Hooley's been around now. This is the 20th year. That's absolutely amazing.
So is it beginning at 11 o'clock this year again, or
opening ceremony is going to be at we're going to start at 11. Right. We're going to have a dedication for Bill.
Okay.
So
are you all going to sashay in like you do a little?
Well, we're going to try. Yeah.
Try to sashay in.
Stay in with the pipe band. The pipe band will be there.
Band. Yeah, good.
So we'll start off there at 11, and then run through to 9 o'clock. So,
good.
Yeah, it'll be good. I think and like you say, pray for the weather. Put the rosary beads on the line. Right. Make sure everything's good. The sun is shining, and it's a nice cool day as opposed to today.
We put St. Joseph's upside down.
St.
Joseph. Yeah, I think that's an Italian.
That's to sell a house.
That's what I thought.
To sell a house.
Well, it's for good weather too.
Do that to sell your house. I did that when I lived in Highland. I certainly did. Plop that little bugger right in the ground. Sold the house in one day.
Really?
That goes with the house.
Stays with the house.
Stays with the house. I did not.
So is there a little Facebook page with some of this stuff on there if people want to go see some of that, or
there should be a Facebook page. I'm not a
You're not a Facebook.
I'm not a Facebook guy, so other people are in charge of that.
Ulster AOH.
At the website is Ulster AOH. We'll be having some other things up there. So and there's a Facebook page for the AOH.
Pipe and drum.
And then there's a pipe and drum page.
Right.
So we have several that we're going to have out.
So, I mean, that's, people kind of look for that stuff.
Yeah, we had run a, press releases are going out. There was one in the Daily Freeman the other day.
Good.
We're going to be running some ads also. So you'll be seeing those coming up in next week.
Good. No, it's all important to get the word out as much as possible. And
yeah, because people aren't. Actually, I've talked to people. They didn't realize we were having it. So
I know.
We're working.
I know. Well, thank you for coming on today to talk about it, because I think we'll get the word out to Kingston and our KCR Facebook page too.
Good.
If might as well share the information and get it out as much as possible. And
there is a Facebook page for the Hooley on the Hudson. It's called remarkably. It's called Hooley on the
Oh,
Hudson.
amazing. Oh, it's stunning. It's stunning.
It is on the Ulster AOH pipe band page. There's
okay.
information about the Hooley there. But then there also is a Hooley on the Hudson Facebook page, which I should have known right off the bat because I do follow it.
Okay.
And all kinds of information is on that page as well.
Okay.
And, it is the place to be on September 5th.
Yes,
right?
you got to.
what
You
you're
got to
saying?
be. You got to be.
Come down and have your fish and chips.
We're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. We'll be in the area.
I didn't get my potato eating contest organized, so you guys do a meatball eating contest.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Oh,
yeah. Leanne entered it, and I think came in second or something. I don't know, but it's a pile of spaghetti. And one year when there was no utensils, you just had. Oh yeah. This year,
Did
I think
she do it that year?
Yeah, I think she's done it a couple of years.
Does it have gravy on it or not?
Oh yeah. And a big apron. Big apron and hair pulled back. You can't. So there's a lot of precautions that are.
I don't think I could watch. I can't watch the hot dog
I think we did
thing,
face, and then I think last
watch
year we did hands only. Hands,
Okay.
just hands. There's
well,
never a fork because you might injure yourself.
Oh, I see. The insurance is too high for that.
Yeah, liability.
Right, so we have to do,
so just hands.
Potatoes, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so.
Well, maybe we ought to have a mashed potato eating.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You could do a
potatoes.
mashed potato. You just get them out there, individual plates. And how we do is we weigh. We know how much at the beginning,
Right.
and then we weigh at the end. So we know who ate
how
the
much?
most. Yeah, there's a little scale.
You're just sucking one string in after that.
One
you don't
last
tie them together.
string.
They gotta lap up that
A long string.
You don't tie them together.
Yeah. So it's been challenging, and for us as well.
Cute idea.
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is cute. But we're. I mean, we had last year. The Italians did a drive-in type of deal, and that was okay. It was
It's
okay.
not the same.
Right.
Not the same.
That's when Steve Klein called earlier. They did do a drive-in movie, like the best of.
Right.
But it's not the. For capers, it's not the same. It's not the same.
So we keep our fingers crossed that things are going to remain calm enough that nothing else happens, right?
Right.
And
get your vaccination.
Get out there and get your vaccination, and no one's tracking you. No one's there's not a little chip inside of you. I mean, come on.
Everybody needs to
just be safe. Just be
safe,
safe
so that we can go back to living life.
Exactly. Helping each other, doing things.
Helping each other out and celebrating with each other.
Yes, right. That's a big.
And that's kind of what that's what the Hooley is about. That's what the
Big
Italian
celebration.
Festival is about. It's a celebration of
life, right?
of each other, of humanity, a little bit of ethnicity thrown in there, but it's really for everyone. It's not for one or the other. It's for the whole community to come together.
Yeah, that's been a little sanitized these days. I think people are almost afraid to talk about their heritage, or it's not politically correct. I mean, to me, that's just craziness. We all have a background. We all have a belief system. Everyone respect each other's. The European folks that came over at the turn of the century, Irish, Italians, English, Germans, Polish, you name it. I mean, they worked hard to come to this country, all the immigrants, and everyone should just respect each other, period. Yeah. Everyone's got so many common denominators, right?
Correct.
Common denominators, and so...
We have a big tent.
Big tent.
And it's great to learn about other heritages.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Traditions,
right?
Traditions, and then to find out how such and such does something kind of like that too, or I used to do that, but it was with this slant on it. It's
right.
Yeah. So come to the Hooley. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a beautiful day, beautiful sunny day. About 72 is what I'm.
Low humidity.
Low humidity.
No humidity.
Yeah,
no humidity.
Right. Like Arizona or something.
That's fine for the day.
But so there'll be plenty of great music, plenty of vendors, good food, and adult beverage and non-adult beverage. I mean, you can have a regular old Coca-Cola or something like that.
Or water or anything.
And all the Well, the restaurants downtown will be open. So
Yep. Get your corned beef around, right?
Get them.
Nice way to help out the restaurants that have been,
Yeah.
getting by through
Mariners.
through COVID.
Savannah's, old Savannah's down there.
Sure.
And another thing worth repeating is it is in memory of Bill Yash, and he
right.
was such a driving force in our community in so many areas. What a beautiful human.
Yeah. Amazing.
So by
Gentleman, right.
coming to the Hooley is also sort of a nod to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Big deal. It's
And
a
he
big
taught for years at the high school. He was very, very nice guy.
Yep. Super good.
So just to review, the Hooley is September 5th, Sunday, Labor Day weekend. We'll be setting up on Saturday and Sunday, so opening up at 11. So the buses start running at 10.
Right.
So when you come down, make sure you bring your lawn chairs, because we
Right.
don't have
Set
any seating.
Right.
So bring your lawn chairs so you can sit and listen to the music.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Lots of space for people to spread out. So
Bill Kearney,
don't worry
thank
about
you
that.
for all you're doing. How long have you been involved with the AOH? 23 years.
I don't know what the exit is.
Right. Maybe you had more hair and a little bit darker.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Less weight,
Less weight, yeah,
Back
right.
didn't hurt as much, but.
Right. But it's been an amazing organization for Ulster County and the Hudson Valley, the ancient order of the Hibernians. So.
Thanks for coming in.
No
problem.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you. We appreciate it.
Taking
Good luck.
time out of work.
Get the word
and
out.
Get the word out, everybody. Tell a
the
friend,
message.
bring a friend.
Right.
That's it. Tell
Bring a
friend.
family.
Bring two friends.
Bring two friends, bring the whole family down. It's a family.
If you don't have any friends, you'll find some friends there.
That's right.
You
That's
will.
correct. Right. That's a good point.
Get
Good
some
point.
friends, yeah.
Come make new friends.
Make some new friends. All right,
all
Bill.
about new friends.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
Everyone,
Bill. I appreciate
go out there and help each other, right?
Yep.
Do a random act of kindness.
Yes.
Remember Jan Maselli, she said that, my friend Jan Maselli, who passed recently.
Do a random act of kindness,
act of
and
kindness.
next Thursday, call Tony and
Right.
tell him what your
What
random act
act
of kindness
was. What'd you do for somebody out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you do for somebody?
We'll be
Simple.
listening.
Buy
Let's
the
hear
person
it.
back you a cup of coffee.
Hold the door open for someone.
Or hold the door is like
Do that
that's
anymore.
that's just super simple.
Yeah.
Come on,
It
right?
used to be common courtesy, but now not so much.
Right. So, yeah, let's try that a little bit, and maybe, one little act at a time, we make a difference.
And
right?
report back.
Report
Let us
back.
know.
Call in.
There you go.
All right, Lawrence, thank you.
Thank
Bill, thank
you.
you.
Good-
Christine,
thank you,
thank you for
guys.
pinch hitting. It was
Thank you
awesome.
for asking. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
It was
Christine,
fun.
for filling in. We'll be back tomorrow with Hugh and Mario. Have a great day, everyone.
Okay.